What does it mean to build human-like avatars that understand other humans' emotions? We are going to talk to David Bennett, the CEO of Mimic Productions that specializes in exactly that. He's going to walk us through what are the big challenges for an industry like this and what are the skills required to get hired by a company that specializes in generative AI. Hi everyone. We are going to talk about the ethics and ownership in the age of conversational AI avatars. And we have a special guest here with us, David Bennett, who's the CEO of Mimic Productions. Hi David, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
How do you like AI?
How do I like AI? I think AI is a lot of fun, to be honest with you. Because it gives you a real opportunity to create things you never thought were imaginable. Mm-hmm. And so AI is just super exciting right now in this period of time, especially for my company, because we're doing a lot with AI and AI characters and AI video AI and now there's text AI. Like there's so many different ways that you can really tap into creating some incredible stuff.
And what is it that Mimic Productions does that makes you stand out in the industry?
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, I think one of the big things that stands out in the industry is, previous to starting Mimic Productions, I used to be in charge of the facial animation on a lot of big movies like Avatar, Tintin, and so forth. And about 12 years ago, we started Mimic Production. I started Mimic Productions, and since then, with this goal of basically taking all these really high quality characters and everything that we were building for film, and we wanted to grow that into multiple different industries, and that's exactly what we did. So since our inception, we've worked with like 20-30 different industries, and that goes from fashion to games to AI characters and so forth and so on. And it's been tremendous growth in that area, and it's a super exciting space to be at. And about 2 years ago, we looked at ChatGPT and all these LLMs came out, and I was just like, well, now we got a brain. Let's stick them into our characters, and now we're really focusing on conversational AI, and it's really exciting because I don't know so many visual effects companies that normally build avatars that made this transition, and so I think that's something. These are some key issues that kind of stand out differently than us.
Mm-hmm. And what are those special AI powers that you actually use in your creations? What do you apply there?
Yeah. So we summoned that up from I don't know. These AI powers are essentially we're using like big LLMs. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the AI is coming from that, and then we use speech to text and text to speech, so you can listen and understand and change that into a real conversation. And then also we're using a lot of custom-built AIs to help define how the body animation and everything will work. So there's a lot of different pieces that come together, and even using some other APIs that are out there, and combining it all into a very specific outcome.
Mm-hmm. Are there times when the outcome is not what you expected, and you need to start from scratch?
Not from scratch, but the outcome is always evolving. So when we're constantly putting new features into our characters, like emotional responses, and now they can see you, they can see what you look like, they can recognize you, they can do a lot of really cool things. But each time we introduce one of these new elements within the character, then stuff starts to break apart, because it's a very sensitive kind of ecosystem that you got to really curate quite closely to make sure that you're going to get a predictable outcome on the day. For example, we just added face tracking into our character, and it was supposed to read people's emotions. And all the time through talking to it, once we entered this new feature, in which we had to get rid of recently, it would just start saying, "You look like you're afraid. What's wrong?" And like you're just trying to have a normal conversation, but it's like it was kind of misdiagnosing some of the emotions at weird times, depending on whose face it was. And so we had to kind of
Depending on whose face
Yeah.
it was. So some people looked more afraid than others.
Yes.
Okay.
Like we have our production manager was testing it, and it kept on saying fear, 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 and and sadness, and we're like, she's just normal. So we have to recalibrate the system, not necessarily let that become a real live feed, and to ensure that it behaved as expected within the context of a conversation. And so they're always twisting and turning and adding new features. And
how does it interpret someone as being sad? Do you look at specific wrinkles around cheeks or sadness in the eyes and the lack of sparkle?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's in the face, and a lot of it's in the way the body posture is. But we're mainly tracking the face and not the body posture, and sadness can get recognized by kind of it's the brow furrowing like this, and also a little bit of your this part comes down. These are different muscles in the face, and so it's funny about tracking emotions, because machines, they're getting better at it, but us humans are just kind of naturally born to do this, and so we start learning faces at a very young age. Like by 3, a baby can tell if you're smiling or not, and reading this. And so we're taking our AI characters through the baby steps of learning what faces really look like and how to understand them.
Teaching empathy.
Yeah, teaching empathy.
I mean, I guess this is another human edge that we have, right? That just comes naturally to most of us.
Yeah.
So we've got some big players out there like OpenAI and Meta. They're showing what AI-generated avatars and voices can do. How does Mimic's approach stand out?
Our approach, I think, that really stands out is we're using it in a very different way. Theirs are more image and video based, and the outstanding results I'm seeing from a lot of people out there. But ours are very different in the sense that our characters are 3D. So that means you can experience them in VR, AR, gaming, real-time platforms, and so forth. And that's really useful because, and it gives you an opportunity to really break out of the mold and create the character. Because for one of the big differences is our characters are specifically designed for a brand's interest or something like that. And also we can put in really custom features that you wouldn't necessarily get with metas and everything. Like, I don't know if they're tracking your face. I don't know if they have specific animations. A lot of the times these video ones are very kind of stiff and just talking like this. Our characters are 3D, so anything you can do in a video game you can do here. So that you want you can have a character fly in and whatever kind of environmental change, and they can change right in front of you. They can be cartoon characters. They can be any type of characters because they're inherently part of being 3D. And there's a lot of limitations with the 2D ones, but I've seen outstanding results from them as well.
Do you have an avatar called David Bennett at home, and you talk to him sometimes?
I have an AI avatar, yes, and I do. I haven't. They just hooked him up the other day. I haven't actually got a chance to talk to myself yet.
Oh,
but I'm very much looking forward to that. And he's ready to go. He's actually online right now. You can meet me, even though I haven't met myself yet.
Oh, wow.
And if you go to the mimicminds.com website, you can see the live demos of our characters there.
Oh, that's exciting! I would love to have an avatar of myself and to see what she's got to say.
I have no idea what my character is going to say. I don't even know if it fits my personality, so I got to try myself out, I guess.
Oh, that might be. It might be quite scary, no? Looking in the mirror and then seeing yourself actually interacting with this could have dramatic effects.
Yes.
I have another question for you.
Sure.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
How do you personally feel about AI replacing creative roles? Do you think it's possible that the creativity will be generated elsewhere?
No, I don't. I think with with AI, I think, you know, in big productions with junior roles, these are going to be probably the first ones to let go. But I really look at as AI as a co-pilot to any kind of creative endeavor. And so if you really apply what comes out, it gives you a chance to do a lot more than you ever could before. Like, you know, if you're a small artist, you can really generate a lot more content than you ever could before. You could even use it to become your manager and all kinds of different things. So I think it gives a tremendous amount of power. But in the context of like big filmmaking, you know, there's definitely going to be roles that are replaced, but I would even question whether that was creative or not in the first place, if it's just a technical process. So I don't really, and I also see AI as being an incredible tool to brainstorm with. A lot of my ideas, a lot of, I use it often, and we're currently growing the company at a pretty fast rate, and it's due to AI. I think it really goes into who's using it. So like, if you get AI in the right hands of the right person, you're going to create wonderful things. If you're a business and you're afraid and you don't see any, you're not a visionary, you're not looking for new things to do, you could find yourself becoming obsolete because things don't stay the same. And that's my perspective. So I don't think. I think at this point in time, it's an incredible tool, and people should definitely wake up and start using it instead of being afraid of it.
Wake up, hear the music. Which brings me to the next question. We are a coding school, and we have so many students who are incredibly creative and would love to be part of those creative projects. What are the skills? What is the mindset that you're looking for in people you hire?
I mean, for me, I look for people that really that have domain knowledge, right? People that are experts in their field. If you combine an expert in their field with AI, you can create some amazing stuff, like when you're coding and so forth. And also, I look for people that are innovative in the way they think and not just interested in the status quo and want to push something incredible. And if you get a lot of like-minded people using AI like that, you can really create a whole bunch of stuff. But you also have to realize that the things are changing, and certain things that would take a lot of time no longer do. So you need to have a lot of projects to work on more than maybe you did before, because you can do so much with it.
So you also this ability to work with a lot of things at the same time, no? And
what's that?
The ability to work with a lot of things at the same time, or
you can do that. You know, so you know, and that's actually a challenge I have, is because some of my team members are finishing things faster than I thought, and now I'm like forced to go, okay, what do we do next? Because we need to keep the momentum going. So you always have to be future thinking, I guess. Yeah.
You already have an avatar version of yourself. What is the part, the human edge that you added to it? What is the quirky glitch that you added to it? And if not, what would you add?
Well, I plan on duplicating it quite a lot, because so I don't know how many of them I need of myself, but they're easy to copy. They're easy to change with slight variations in them. But I mean, the most immediate thing I really want to do is I'm doing a lot of public speaking, a lot of conversations everywhere, and I want to use my avatar to start speaking on my behalf so that I can speak in more places at the same time. Because it's hard to get places, you know, like I have to, this weekend I'm traveling to India, then Kazakhstan, and Crete, and then I go to England, all of this in the next 3 weeks. And if I can have my AI avatar do this for me, it would really lighten the load, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
I'm very grateful that we're recording this interview in 2025 when I still get to interact with the live version of you. I feel like this is, it feels like an honor. David, thank you so much for being here in your physical self.
Yeah.
And I hope to have all those new projects to talk to you about in the next few months again here, hopefully again physically.
Yeah.
But if you don't have time, you can send your avatar.
Okay. It might be fun to try it out next time. You never know.
Thanks so much, David.
Thank you.